win. Anytime you get a NCAA tournament team from the last year with the number of returning starters and their expectations that they have, to put that on your resume, really big. I thought it was hard fought. They really, really make you pay anytime you make a defensive mistake. And I thought, once again, our kids were very resilient, getting down 13 and finding a way to battle back.
Question?
Right there.
Well, if there was going to be a clock malfunction, was that a pretty good time to have?
I didn't know, because we had a little bit of momentum. She missed a free throw, didn't she? Yeah, missed the free throw, and then we went down. I think we got a driving basket. So, I think we were both really tired at that point. I was debating. We had saved our timeouts. I was debating taking one. So, probably fortunate that it did come when it did come.
Just like Dungy, I think, had 3 points, and Tulsa nothing at half, just kind of what made them come alive in the second half.
I moved them one spot over, just put them in a different spot on the floor. And I've been thinking, we've been talking about doing it. The scouting reports are out there on us, and people have really been knowing where to look for them. And I think they lost them 2 straight times. We put Lex at the top and put Chelsea along the baseline, and they made a really nice next pass to each other, and Chelsea hit the corner 3. And then they went zone for a possession, and Lex hit one, and then it was just kind of opened the floodgates. So needed something good to happen to us, and that's what happened. But they have continued to, I've shown the utmost confidence in those kids. Their teammates have had confidence in them, so it's good to see a few of those go down.
The bank shot that you had there, I think Dungy made it, put you up 1 at the end. Was that a called or an improvised play? How'd they come in?
No, we called it coming out. I mean, obviously the bank shots are, you never know for sure whether they were aiming for it, but I know she's going to tell you she did. But, we wanted to get the ball into her hands. They were switching ball screens, and Coach Todd saw a great matchup if they did switch it, and they did, so we went to it. And Chelsea's so hard to guard. And I thought she just – when you've been around her long enough and you see it in practice, you can tell when she's kind of got a little takeover in her, and it looked like she had that in her. So we were hoping she would get fouled, because we had gotten fouls called on us on the other end, 4 straight possessions, so we were kind of hoping that a foul would come, but she got the basket instead.
How big was it getting Kane in foul trouble and out of the game?
Not necessarily part of the game plan, but when it started to develop, I think that they had to change what they were trying to do. And I thought it was tremendous that our kids kept going and attacking her. We kept putting her into ball screens so that she had to move her feet. And I think for them, that changed the complexion of the game. I think it made them harder to guard, to be honest with you, because the Veerbeck kid can shoot threes. So you have to really come out and guard on the perimeter with her as well. So as fortunate as we were, I thought Kane dominated the game around the basket defensively. That's what I thought the biggest change was we were able to get the ball at the rim a little bit better. She blocked our first 2 or 3 drives, and then I think after she went out and got a little tentative with fouls, that's what probably affected it the most.
Issues again in the first, but how big was it to close there and get it to a 5-point game, and then the momentum you took from that?
Big. If they hadn't hit the half-court shot or the kind of that runner, not half-court, but the steal and the 3 at the buzzer, I think we would have had just even more momentum going in. But I think with our group, they truly trust each other, that if we can hang around until the fourth quarter, our conditioning, our pace will take advantage and we'll take control. We get 53 points in the second half. Is that right? Yeah, 53 in the second half. I think that's just a group that continues to have confidence in themselves and in what we're doing.
Got Tulsa, another quick turnaround. You prepared for them, like you said last week.
Yep.
Just what do you see from them and going over there?
Well, a dangerous team at home. They're really hard to scout because they've got a deep roster, and it's been somebody different every single night. You look up, they got somebody different as a high scorer and a contributor, and they can spread you out. We're not going to be necessarily at a size disadvantage, but they play really well at home. They played last night as well. They played Arkansas Little Rock, but they were at home, so the challenge is always that last game before Christmas, because a lot of kids are leaving from Tulsa. We won't even bring them back to Fayetteville with us. There's always travel on their mind. Did I pack all my Christmas presents? So hopefully we take care of all that, and then we can focus on the game. It's an early game too. Is it a 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock game, so it's an early game that day. It'll be a little bit odd for a weekday, but I think these next 2 days with Natalie Trotter and Todd Barber, those guys getting their bodies ready will be huge.
On the 1,000-point club, any comment on that?
I mean, tremendous. That's kind of that threshold that a lot of people celebrate, and I think it's the right thing to do. But I think if you'd asked Mal after 2 years whether 1,000 points was in her future, I don't think she probably would have even talked to you about it. But, after the year she had last year and the confidence that she's grown, the hard work she put in this summer, it was a matter of when, not if, but when. But I hope that's kind of one of those little crowning things that she'll look back on. She's not a stat monster. She's not worried about stuff like that. She wants to win. And the fact that we need her to score, she knows that's part of her role. I thought she was really, really good come crunch time tonight.
What happened to her there in the first quarter?
She went up for a rebound. She thinks she's 6'5". If you've been around her enough, she doesn't believe that she's 5'5". But she got whacked across the nose. It was a basketball play. It looked violent because there was a lot of arm swinging, but the kid was just trying to rebound it, and the kid's just bigger than her. And when you're 6'2" and your arm comes down, you're going to hit the 5'6" kid in the face. But she shook it off pretty quick. I thought IT gave us a good spark. But this was the night. Mal had that. She made an uncharacteristic turnover there very, very late, or she plays without a turnover for 31 minutes against a team that tries to take it from you.
What are you telling your team? You're up by 2 with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, just make sure, we were talking about getting the second rebound. It's not going to be the first shot that's going to beat you. It's going to be the rebound. And I thought Bailey got the one huge one, and then I thought Kiera got that second one. I was trying to call timeout both times. I hope Key's not mad at me because she went up there and made the free throws. But I was trying to get a timeout before they did foul her so we could advance the ball into the front court. But my voice hasn't been very good lately, so the referees didn't hear me. Yep.
You got 2 wins now against the Big Ten.
Yep.
How big is to beat another Power 5 team?
Big, because we've lost a few too. We've lost to Pitt and we've lost to Iowa State. So, when you look at that schedule, the thing it does is it helps your RPI. I think we started today 49 in the RPI, so now we get the Big Ten RPI again. Plus, man, look who Nebraska's played. They've played Louisville, they've played Drake, they've played Creighton, all on the road. So we're going to get a little bump tomorrow RPI-wise and, into that number where, coaches like us start getting excited. So I think we knew going into this game if we could get this one, it'd be a big one, and it feels like a big win. Thank you. All right.